President Trump again today condemned the attack over the weekend, calling racism evil. And this time, the president included hate groups that triggered the unrest. Political specialist Sean Boyd here now. And Sean, a lot of people felt that the president's initial response didn't go far enough.
Dominic, the president has been under mounting pressure to personally and directly condemn white supremacists. Colorado's Republican U.S. Senator among those demanding the president, quote, call evil by its name. While the president didn't apologize for failing to do so immediately, today he acquiesced to his critics.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
President Trump singled out white supremacists by name this time after coming under fire for initially failing to do so, and instead blaming many sides for the weekend's deadly protests in Virginia.
Mr. President, do you regret not mentioning the white supremacists on Saturday?
White supremacist groups had praised the president's initial response, saying he signaled full support for their cause, while Vice President Mike Pence defended the president and shifted blame to the press.
I take issue with the fact that many in the national media spend more time criticizing the president's words than they did criticizing those who perpetrated the violence to begin with.
But some of the loudest critics of the president's initial response were from his own party, including Colorado Senator Cory Gardner, chair of the National Republican Senatorial Committee.
Call this white supremacism, this white nationalism evil, and let the country hear it, let the world hear it. It's something that needs to come from the Oval Office.
Senator Gardner and several other Republican senators called the violence domestic terrorism and demanded that the Justice Department investigate. The president said those responsible for what he called racist violence would be held fully accountable, but he stopped short of calling it an act of terror. Dominic?
Sean, thank you. CBS News compiled these numbers about the attacks in America. There have been far more right-wing extremist attacks than from Islamic terrorists. In fact, 3 times more between 2001 and 2016. Far-right extremists account for 73% of all extremist attacks in America. Governor John Hickenlooper talked to CBS 4 about the violence in Charlottesville.
He says domestic terrorism must stay out of our state.
You know, our goal is to try and let people from all different backgrounds have free speech. You've got to protect that. But violence has no place in Colorado.
Governor Hickenlooper says they do have an emergency plan in place if domestic terrorism strikes here.